Hello everyone, Brittany and Chris Carmichael here, bringing you the Elevated Life series, where we teach you simple mindset shifts to create radical transformation in your life. And we've started this video series every week, every Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, so that we can help you along your journey to transformation and change, enlightenment, whatever you want to call it. And this topic was actually requested by one of our members. So today's topic, will be talking about chakras and how to balance them, how to release all the emotional baggage and negative energy that's stored up in each of these energy centers. And today is a full moon in Sagittarius, so it is a perfect day to release the BS, to let go of the negative energy, to let go of what no longer positively serves us, so that we can awaken that Kundalini energy and let it flow freely through our body, so that we can experience peace and healing and wisdom.
Yeah, no kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a topic that I love.
Fired up.
This is a topic I love to talk about because I was ignorant to the idea of chakras and that we're made of energy, that we are energy. And our friend Albert Einstein let us know that energy cannot be created or destroyed, so it can only be transmutated, to be transformed and to change. And so this is all about evolving ourselves and evolving our emotional baggage, knowing that that is energy as well, and it gets accumulated and stored in the body. So today we're only going to be talking about the 7 main chakras. There are hundreds, sometimes you see reports of even thousands of energetic centers in and outside of our body that are contributing to our wholeness.
Yeah, one of the charts that I saw has the chakras like just extending up and above and beyond your head. It's really, all these different thought systems originated, and different people have them in your feet, you got them in your hands. The one that we're going to be talking about basically is along your spine. And so that's like the one that you see the most, the 7 main chakras. So that's the one we're going to be talking about today. Don't get mired down in how many there are and what colors they are and stuff like that. Like we're gonna go over that, but just the idea that there are energy centers and there are things in life that you can't see, you know this to be true. I mean, right now you're connected to Wi-Fi or something somehow, and signals going to your phone and you can't see them. So I mean, it's like, there's stuff that exists that we're not able to see, we're not able to,
but we can
understand it. But you can feel it. Yeah. So once you start tapping into stuff, you can really feel it. And at the end, we're going to show you some ways to balance this. And we're going to talk about one of the ways that I loved. I thought it was total BS. And then I did it, and it was just like one of those just strange experiences where you can't deny it anymore. You're like, wow, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, once you have an energetic healing or breakthrough, you can't help but just know, like, yes, that was real. I felt it, versus thinking it or understanding the concept intellectually.
Yeah, like this specific one we're going to talk about. Like it all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, I'm doing what we're doing, and then I just start crying, just hardcore tears coming out, and not something that you can really explain. And it wasn't that I was sad, but I felt like burning sensations in some spots, and I was just like, what in the hell?
That's called emotional
release.
Like,
I was like, what in the hell is going on? But it just happened. It was just spontaneous as we did this. So we'll tell you about that too.
So yeah, today's topic is all about the 7 main chakras, what they are, what does that mean, how to heal and balance them. And today I'm so excited to dive into this topic because it was requested by one of you guys. So again, know that the Elevated Life is for you. We want to know what you're struggling with. Where are you along your journey of awakening and spiritual healing, so that we can help to guide you through that transformation. It's not an easy one, but it's so worth it. And the most important part of that process of awakening, of transformation, is the willingness to heal. That's the whole point. We're healing old past pains, whether they come from this lifetime or previous, whether you believe in that or not. We're not here to we're not here to argue about that, but we are here to heal the pain that we've collected. And I'm sure that you felt some kind of blockage or emotional trauma or something in your life that has hindered you from really fully opening up to allow that abundance or love or joy to fully be peaceful inside of the body.
Yeah, one of the big deals on this kind of journey is that the big obstacle that you're going to find is your belief system. And so when you approach any of the stuff that we're going to be talking about, just come with an open mind. If it's not for you, totally fine. There are a lot of other paths down the road. So one of the big deals is just to figure out what does work for you, and some things you're going to do. And again, like I said, I wasn't into any of this stuff. And then I started doing it, and I was like, all right, there's definitely something here. I mean,
well, the cool thing is Chris took a scientific approach to spirituality and life, and I took a more spiritual approach, more intuitive and energetic and metaphysical. And we found that we ended up merging together at the same place, recognizing that this is one way of describing it and this is another way of describing it, but it's all the same thing. So let's dive into the 7 main chakras and how you can balance and clear them. But before we do that, I want to say hello to everyone who's live with us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a special part of the Elevated Life. We are here for you. So say hello if you're here live. And if you have any questions about chakras, and we obviously don't have enough time to cover all of that information today, so be sure to leave your questions while we're going through what we have prepared for you today. Whatever comes out today, really, we're pretty spontaneous. So I just want you to be thinking what are some questions you have about that, or emotional healing, or traumas and energetic blocks. But while we are sharing, be thinking about questions that you have, and know that you can leave them in the comments below, and we'll be happy to cover whatever it is you guys want to talk about. Miriam says, hi guys, love your topics. Thank you. They were chosen by you guys. So thank you. Thank you. So let's start with the base chakra. It's your root chakra. It's the color red. And what you'll notice about the chakras in order, chakras, whatever you want to call it, tomato, whatever. So the root chakra moving up, you'll see that it goes in order of the rainbow. Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So this is proof. This is external symbolic proof that the rainbow we are the rainbow. We are the light, right? And so we have to balance out each color, each vibrational pattern of these energy wheels. Remember, chakra means energy wheel or spinning ball of energy, right? So when we balance and unblock the energy in those centers, it allows our kundalini energy, which is our life force. It's the thing that's creating life. It's the thing that's propelling us. We allow that energy to rise through the spine, up through each chakra, and to resonate in our crown chakra, which connects us to universal energy. Now, I know this might be getting a little woo-woo for you guys, but it is what it is. So I hope that you're open to receive this kind of information. So the root chakra, it's red, and it relates to our grounding, our security, our financial abundance. It relates to if you received love as a child. So if you have money blocks, if you have security, like foundational issues, if you are scarred from childhood, from not receiving the love and nourishment that you needed as a child, then typically our root chakra will begin to block itself. And once we cut that off, we cut off all the energy to all the other chakras. So it's important to start from the base and really work your way up and see, where am I stuck? What problems am I having? And each chakra relates to a different organ or a different part of your body. So let's think about the root chakra. That's connected to like your
testes.
Yeah, exactly. And your
anus,
your root, your anus, all of that groundingness, and that energy actually pulls to the ground and it roots you onto the earth to show that you have a stable support.
Yeah, she said something really important there, and it's that if you look at charts side by side, you look at the chakras, and then you put up what our endocrine system is. So talking about the testes, the ovaries, the adrenals, the thymus, the thyroid, the heart,
the liver, the spleen, the kidneys, they're all connected. Everything is connected.
Yeah, the charts are the same. So what they're talking about is energy wheels line up exactly with your endocrine system. And so it's really fascinating that these two systems, coming from one scientific and one's more of a spiritual based system, line up exactly correct. And it's another thing she said that was important is that a lot of people are like, oh, I want enlightenment and I want to love everybody and all these kind of things. The problem is that you need to think about the chakras as a pyramid. It also mirrors very much Abraham Maslow's pyramid. If you've done any kind of psychology training, you learn about Maslow's pyramid. And the deal is that you can't ascend up the pyramid until you start with the bottom one. So if your sexual stuff is out of whack, or if you're like, a relationship to the material world is out of whack, you can't go beyond that. So you've got to start off at the base and then climb up the mountain, climb up the pyramid. And so starting off with the first one is where you have to start. Don't think you can go to the third or fourth or seventh chakra and work on that. Will not be helpful for you whatsoever.
One of the best pieces of advice about chakras I ever received was don't open your third eye chakra before you open your heart chakra, because you'll be able to see so much truth so clearly that sometimes our heart isn't able to handle it if we haven't done the healing work and we're not ready for it. So it's important to stay in order. I want to just scroll back and see these questions and comments that you guys are leaving. Cynthia says, when I go to sleep, I use chakra healing sounds. What are your thoughts about that? That's actually one of the things that we will be recommending at the end of this video on ways to balance and heal your chakras. Sound, each chakra has its own vibrational note, its own musical note. And so you can either hum and sing to that frequency, you can listen to the music, and that vibration of the sound will actually heal and balance and cleanse each chakra. So I think it's great. You're doing awesome.
Yeah, if you can't sing like me, you can get some sound bowls and do the same kind of thing.
Yeah,
so you're not out in the wind.
Yeah, and it gets higher in vibration. The root chakra is a low, slow vibrational frequency. If you look at the light wave pattern of red, it moves really slow. If you look at the vibrational light pattern of indigo or violet, it's one of the fastest vibrating and super quick. And it's the barrier between the physical seen world and the spiritual unseen world. So we do a lot of healing with that violet light, that violet flame, if you've ever heard of that. Jesse says, hi friends, I'm excited to catch you live. Ricky is watching you guys with me for the first time. He says hi too. Hello, Jesse and Ricky. Such a wonderful pleasure to cross paths with you. I'm so glad you have your husband here watching live. It's so cool when you have a partner that you can share this kind of information with. Like I said, Chris went down the scientific path, I went down the spiritual path, and we merged together recognizing that it's one language versus another language, and we shouldn't use that as a barrier to understand the truth of what's really happening. So we could talk about chakras all damn day.
I know,
so
right?
Let's keep going. We've got, moving up from the root chakra, we've got the sacral chakra. It is the color orange, and it's 2 inches below your navel point. This is connected to your sensuality, your creativeness, creating life as a woman. It's connected to your female and male reproductive parts. If you've ever been sexually abused as a child, or in general, we typically shut down that energy center because we no longer want to feel the pain that we endure.
Or just hurt by a lover. It doesn't have to necessarily always be some sort of super abusive thing, but even if you feel like shame towards your body or shame towards your sexuality.
That's a lot of religious programming, cultural programming as well, like feeling uncomfortable being naked. We were born naked. It was humans that said, oh, put clothes on. So we need to be a little bit more comfortable with our naked human body and the fact that we were given these amazing parts to, 1, create life, and 2, to feel pleasure. I mean, thank you, right?
Definitely.
So typically you become unstable or depressed if this is unbalanced, and you stop creating things, you stop expressing your creativity. This is a really, really powerful one that I feel like a lot of women are stuck in this one. And so it's hard for them to move into the solar plexus energy center that is of courage and determination and willpower and strength to move forward towards their dreams and to take action. So if you feel like you're stuck, it's probably because the energy isn't moving up above that sacral chakra. So moving forward, we've got the yellow solar plexus chakra. It's right at the center of your abdomen. It's one of the strongest core generating powers. I mean, obviously the heart is the biggest one, but the solar plexus is the one that begins to build that fire and to build that motivation and determination to keep moving forward, to have courage and to take action.
Yeah, this is the one you're going to really tap into energy here. Mm-hmm. And if you find yourself that you can't follow through on things and stuff like that, you maybe want to look here. It's tied in with the digestive system. So opening this up is going to be really important.
Yeah, gut health.
Yeah, you want to be able to when you want to do things, you want to be able to follow through with them. It's not enough just to have all these ideas. It's all about
a creative idea that stems from the sacral chakra. Then the next step would be to take action towards that goal or desire. And if it's unbalanced or unblocked, then you'll typically not be able to move forward, and you'll not know why. You'll be like, I want to do it, but I don't understand why I can't. Typically you have an energetic block that you're not conscious of. So after we move through all 7 main chakras, we'll talk about how you can heal and balance them. So we'll get there. I know you guys have questions on, I'm stuck on that one. How do you heal it? So let's move up from the solar plexus. We're moving into the heart space. This is one of the largest chakras that extends out way miles, really. It actually extends from the heart down into the palm, so you have miniature heart chakras on the hands. That's why the hands are such healing tools. When we talk about doing Reiki, that's another form of healing for energetic healing, chakra healing, because we have the love emanating from our heart center down into the extremities, and they're like wands, basically, like an extension of that energy, and we're pushing it into other people's energetic field. Yeah. So the heart is, it's a big one, and it's super important. And when we find the heart to be unbalanced or to be blocked, it's typically because of anger, resentment, guilt, shame, blame, things like that are emotionally like clogging down the heart. Unforgiveness is the biggest block in the heart chakra. So it's about opening up to receive and give unconditional love. That's what we're dealing with in the green heart chakra space. You'll also see it show up as pink too.
Yeah, self-love is going to be super important here. If you have problems like accepting yourself, like this is your spot. So, but again, make sure that you've gone through the bottom ones to start with, because if you've never like received love, then sometimes it's hard to give love, and that's something that you'll have to learn on your own. But just continuously go up. Again, if you say, ooh, I have a block there, make sure you go through the first ones in the beginning. It's very important.
Yeah, typically if the heart chakra is blocked and unbalanced, I see a lot of heart issues, people having heart attacks, things like that. So obviously diet is extremely important in keeping our organs functioning properly, but energetic health is just as, if not the most important, and it's the thing that we can't see. For so many years we've just thought, oh, our body gets randomly sick, but now studying Eastern healing and philosophy, we find that we're energetic, and our thoughts, our emotions, and our feelings are manifesting in the internal world inside of our body, and then it's reflected in the external world after that. So if we're developing cancer or disease or things like that, it's all stemming from within. It's either an emotional blockage, an energetic problem that's unbalanced, the alkaline, your pH is off, or the food that you're eating is not of high vibrational quality. So I think it's really important to recognize that our thoughts, our emotions are the things that are causing these physical ailments in the body, in the spleen, in the kidneys, in the liver, in the heart, in the mind. This is all done because of some energetic problem, some blockage. I am so passionate about this right now.
I love it. Get 'em, girl.
So let's move up from the heart chakra. Let's move up to the throat chakra. This is about expressing your truth. And this is important for today. It's a full moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius are all about speaking up their truth. So we have a lot of emotional energy coming up to be released on this full moon so that we can get to the truth of the matter. And when our throat chakra is unbalanced, you'll get sore throats, tonsillitis, things like that. This is something I had to really work on in this lifetime. I came out with my umbilical cord wrapped around my throat, so I knew from the birth that I was going to be dealing with healing, being able to speak up our truth and speak up the wisdom that we have, and to say those loving, kind words to other people. So the throat chakra is unbalanced when you're fearful of speaking up, if you don't speak your truth, if you say yes when you mean no. So when your throat is unblocked and balanced and fully thriving, you're able to speak up and express all of those creative ideas that you're getting.
Yeah, and one of the big deals with this one are one of the ways that I like to do this. Yoga postures are really awesome for opening some of these
posture.
up. Yeah, fish posture. If you know anything about yoga, fish posture is really good.
It's about fish posture is you're laying on the ground. I'm not going to demonstrate it, but I'm going to show the importance of what fish posture does. It's tilting your head back and exposing your neck and letting that energy be able to come in and to come out. Even just doing that, putting your arms behind your back and like laying your head back. One, if you've got tight shoulders and a neck, this is the bridge between the physical and the spiritual world. So the neck is what they call the rainbow bridge, and it's really important to keep that open and to relax and release the muscles. So let's just take a moment to breathe into that space. I want you to take a deep breath in right now. Breathe in. Let it fill up the lungs, the throat, the shoulders, and on your exhale, I want you to relax your shoulders down and let that energy out. I know that will feel so much better, and you can keep doing this as we're talking with you today. Breathing in and relaxing the body, because the more you relax your body, the more freely the energy can flow. You're not constricting.
Yeah, tight.
Yeah, you're not constricting the energy.
Another thing that, she was talking about being able to speak your truth, but another thing that comes up here is just self-expression.
Mm-hmm.
How comfortable are you with being you? Mm-hmm. And a lot of that comes again.
Authenticity.
Yeah, authenticity. It comes from that confidence we were talking about in one of the lower chakras. And so at this point, it's taking that self-confidence that you've cultivated, with the heart chakra and all that kind of stuff, and then moved it forward into now I can say it to the world. So it's gone from now belief into words. And, that becomes really powerful. It's just, our thoughts are basically what give us the words that we say. And then the words that we say really define the kind of reality that we live. And so when you go up this pyramid, you can start to see it all fitting together where you're just going, man, that makes sense. I've got to start here, then I got to move up. And so now we're actually expressing truth, which is different, and it's being confident enough to stand up for what you believe in, even if it's just you, even if you're surrounded by people who totally don't see it your way. And I don't mean coming from an angry place. Remember, we already worked on the fourth one. So that's the heart and that's love. But we're speaking our truth with love.
Yeah.
And that's different. That's not just coming out and being angry about everyone disagreeing with us, are not seeing life in the same way that we see it, but it's infusing truth and self-confidence with love. And when you do that, it comes from a really calm center. And so you're able to people who get really rattled up, they just automatically calm down around you. And it's such an easier way to deal with life because, you're not going to be able to avoid crappy situations. What you're going to be able to do instead is to approach them with this calm peacefulness. And when that happens, the situation opens up new doors. There start to be opportunities in places where there weren't before. And that's because we just couldn't see all the doors that were there.
If you think about it, the fact that we use words to communicate, we're the only species that's doing that. Everyone else is using telepathy as well as humans, but we've lost the art of that subtle language and we've really moved into our voice and the language of English and Spanish and all of that with words. And so we have to recognize that our words are extremely powerful, that they hold vibration, that they hold an energy. If you've ever seen the study where you speak the words, affirmation words of positive love and things like that, the water, if you freeze it, turns into beautiful snowflake crystals. But if you speak words that are negative, I've also seen it with an apple, where it begins to mold and deteriorate really quickly. If you say hate and negative words of a lower vibration, then it changes into moldy mush. And so go Google that. You'll see how powerful the vibration of our words are. And if your throat chakra is unbalanced, it's typically going to manifest in the form of gossip or shit talking of other people. So recognize what you're doing with your words. Recognize that your words are extremely powerful. They're like magic sticks. They're like requests out into the world.
Yeah.
So use your words wisely.
Yeah. One thing is to treat everything that you say as an audible prayer. I mean, if you start thinking
it's an offering.
Yeah, if you start thinking of everything I say is a prayer out that I really expect to get back to me. So when you say stuff that's hateful, that's coming back. It's coming back. So, just try that out for a little while and see how that feels. And you'll notice that how you start speaking, how you start saying things, you're like, man, your life starts to just change. And it's something that's really simple. And, you could easily dismiss this, but watch how you talk and watch how it reflects how you're living your life.
Jessica says she does this posture, the neck posture, often,
it's
and
really
and it does work. She didn't know there was a name for it. Yeah, so yoga is going to be one of the things that we highly recommend for clearing and balancing out the chakras, because it puts your body in certain postures, and you're using your breath, which is breathing and life force energy, into the body and sending that light and energy into those places that are blocked and need healing. In certain ways, you are able to burn out that old energy based on which position you're in and using your breath with the intention of releasing and healing. Rachel says, did you like that? Yeah. Rachel says, I love the saying, if you cover your body with your words, will you still be beautiful?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can definitely attest to multiple years ago, no. If I wrote every word that came out of my mouth on my body, I would not be bathed in beauty. And so I think that's a very powerful statement to recognize, what are your words doing? How do they feel? So let's move up, because we've covered 1 through 5. Now we're on 6, which is at the brow. It's our third eye chakra. It's also called the Anja chakra. So there's so much information, because it is a Sanskrit. It's based in Sanskrit. There's so much information and words to call it, but we're just going to give you the basic information as if you were a beginner, you never heard the word chakra before. So this third eye is your third eye, your sixth chakra. This is your intuitive knowingness. This is your visualization, your imagination. This is where your clairvoyance comes in, where you see images and things like that. Anne says, where I get my headache. Yes, most people have headaches when their third eye or their crown chakra is unbalanced. And that is trusting our internal wisdom, connecting to that higher source, knowing that we need to surrender our energy to co-creation, to stop trying to control everything.
Yeah, this is one that has to do a lot with learning. Third eye, we all get intuitive messages. There's just feelings that we have, we call them gut feelings or whatever. that we're constantly receiving all the time. And you feel it, you know it, and you don't have to really explain to somebody, you're like, why did you change lanes then? Or why did you not hang out with that person? It was a feeling that I got. And so that's trusting this kind of feeling more and more often. And, as you do that, you start to trust yourself more. And again, we're following that same self-confidence ladder up. And you start to believe in your ability to figure it out on your own. So this is really huge right here. This intuition part is really big. And you'll notice that we've gone less and less physical as we've moved, and we're starting to grow kind of more and more spiritual. Yeah. We've gone from being grounded into kind of in roots, kind of raising up to heaven, if you will. And so this is really talking about the spiritual centers, the believing, believing that
it's
you
not
have
even
a purpose
believing,
in life.
it's knowing.
Yeah.
It's a knowingness that you feel in the body. And there's many, many times in your life where you've just had that gut feeling where you've just trusted it on a whim, typically if you're in danger, and it saves your life. Or you were like, dang, I don't know how I knew that. But here's the thing, it's happening to you all the time. You're constantly receiving those internal guidances, those nudges. But what's happened is we've shut off our hearing. We've turned it off, and we've gotten so in our minds that we're like, I don't know if I can trust myself. I don't know if this is the right decision. But what's really important is that we get back into the body and we feel the energy of decision making. Instead of using your mind to decide, bring that energy into the body and go, how does this feel if I choose this option or this option? And notice the energetic changes in the body. When you start thinking about negative situations, your body creates a lower negative vibration, and it starts that downward spiral of just depression and blah,
Yeah.
But if you think about something positive and loving and joyful and cheerful, and it excites you and your voice gets higher, then you're raising your energy. You can feel the vibration lifting and it feels better. So be using your body as a tool to tune into the energy and how you feel. Cynthia asked, while meditation, I have seen images. Does this mean something? Yes, it's clairvoyance. It's your imagination showing you symbols and images of what to expect or what to pay attention to.
Yeah, a lot of times what we're doing in meditation or any kind of trance states is we're allowing the subconscious mind to kind of surface. Where normally the conscious mind sits in front of it and kind of acts as a barrier for us really understanding those messages. You can see this happen a lot of times in dreams.
A lot of people are stuck in that conscious mind, which is about this big, compared to the subconscious mind, which contains all of our inner wisdom, all of our collective knowledge, and all of the experiences that we've gathered along our lifetimes.
Yeah, so you can definitely get, I say it this way, it can talk to you during times of meditation, because a lot of times in meditation what you've really done is you've learned to relax your mind, which is really what meditation is. And so during those times, the intuition and stuff like that really starts to come in. Same if you've been practicing yoga for a while and focusing on your breathing, the intuition comes in as well.
I think she said I had a face of an owl coming up. That's so weird that you say that, because I went to my massage therapist today. I'm really opening up her woo-woo side. And she said, I had to wear this owl shirt for you today. I don't know why. I normally don't care about what I'm wearing, but I just had to put this on and I knew it was for you. Have you been seeing owls lately? And I had. I've been thinking about them and looking them up. So I love that you're also coming to me with another owl. Typically, owls are spiritual messengers. They're the wise wisdom carriers. So this is perfect to be talking about seeing an owl in your third eye, because this is showing you that you are connecting to your inner wisdom. The most important lesson I ever learned when taking my psychic mediumship training was that the most skeptical people of psychics are the psychics themselves. And I'm here to remind you that you're all psychic. Not just me, not just Doreen Virtue. Every single human has this power, has this ability. It's your gift. It's your natural born gift. But we've shut them down. We've cut off our energy. And we are using our conscious mind to try to navigate this beautiful seen and unseen world. It's connected together, and so we have to use both our physical eyes to see what's in front of us in reality, and our third spiritual eye to see those wisdom symbolisms and things that are coming up from the inside to show us what's next or what I need to know. Jessica says, lovely. I do a Wise Owl Wednesday deal in my Facebook group. That's cool. Awesome. That's super awesome. So let's move up to the crown chakra. This is the violet. This resonates to the symbol Om, whatever you want to call it. This is connected to our cosmic consciousness. This is connecting us to wisdom, that, like I said, that internal wisdom. We use our third eye to see the symbols, to see the knowledge, or to feel it, and then we use our crown chakra to really integrate it into it.
Yeah, a lot of this is going to come up where your life purpose is, kind of figuring out, what can you do for the world and what is your place in it? And a lot of times people have blocks here, will be really stubborn and
super narrow-minded.
Yeah, unwilling.
They believe in what they believe in, and it's only this way. And here we are just opening a discussion. It's not that we believe, it's just what feels right for us. If it feels right for you, go with it. If it doesn't feel right, ditch it.
Yeah, this is just all stuff for you to try. It's not about having a specific dogma or if you don't do this then nothing can happen and stuff. These are just things for you to open yourself up and kind of test things out. Test how other people, what are their beliefs, what do they think about the way things are, and you get a very different perspective about stuff as you go around the world. And as if we've traveled, so many people have opened our eyes to things that we didn't even know were there. And so it's just one more tool to have in your toolbox.
Yeah, so the crown chakra is symbolized with a purple lotus. And I just want to share a quick fun story. When I was 18 years old, I was in art class in high school, and I found this lotus drawing, and I knew that I had to have it. I was getting that tattooed, and I spent 2 years dedicated to, I'm saving my money, I'm gonna get this done. And when I got it done, I asked the guy to outline it in purple, and he said, that's a terrible idea. I said, I don't care, I have to have this purple lotus. And if you look on this using your chakras book, you'll see the crown is represented by a purple lotus. So I find it to be quite symbolic that one of my first arm tattoos was this purple lotus here. And it's just really interesting to see if you look back and you tune into these small symbolic things that have happened in your life, you'll recognize that your soul has been grabbing for your attention this whole time. And as you become more aware and more conscious, you'll start to recognize those patterns and that they're not coincidence, that this synchronicity was divinely inspired.
Yeah, all of life kinds starts to open up into that way. You just everything you become like divinely inspired is the way I've always heard it described. So you become divinely inspired in like everything that you do. And it opens up you meeting, new people, opens up you getting this kind of opportunity. And, you look back again with the hindsight, and you're just like, I can't believe all this happened. But when you look back, you say, that's exactly how it was supposed to happen for me.
You begin to ask the question, how can I serve? Every morning when you wake up, what good can I do today? And you'll be divinely inspired. But it's a matter of quieting down the mind, getting into your body and being able to identify those internal visions that you see in your mind's eye or that you hear in your inner ear and beginning to trust them. And the more you trust them, the more you take action. Each time you get that nudge or that guidance, you'll build confidence. And the only way to do it is to practice. And if you screw it up, great. Then you'll know the next time that either you're going to do it this way or you're going to try it another way. So practice, practice, practice. Leslie says, when you open yourself up to the universe opens to you. Well, here's the thing. The universe is always open to you. It's just a matter of when you're ready to let it in. So let's talk about, now that we've gone through the 7 main chakras, let's talk about how you can actually heal them and balance them and unblock them. There's so many ways and there's so many fun ways. So we're just going to share a few. And then I've got a little special question surprise announcement at the end of this. So be sure to stick around. So one of my favorite ways to clear my chakras is by taking hot Epsom salt baths. The hot water relaxes the muscle, and the Epsom salt draws out the toxicity, the negative energy, and the water actually cleanses the aura, which is where all of our emotional bodies, our energetic subtle bodies are stored. It's not necessarily inside of us, but it's also outside of us.
Yeah, so how you do this one is you just go buy Epsom salt. You can go to like Walmart, Costco, anywhere. You can go on Amazon. What I like to do is a couple of baths per week. Hot, doesn't have to be scalding. Take in about 2 pounds of Epsom salt. So we normally buy in bulk. We'll buy like 8 or 12 pound bags. And we put in a dog bin, actually, dog food bin, just load it in there. And I put a scoop in there. So I just scoop it into the bathtub. So normally like 1 to 2 pounds of this twice a week. And it's so healing in so many different ways. If you've been around for very long, listening to us, like we always bring this up. This is one of those things that's just super easy to do.
Rachel says, every time I do the Epsom salt bath, I get a bad headache. That's because you're finally relaxing out all the thinking that you're doing and relaxing out all the toxins. When you're healing and cleansing and those toxins, it's like when you finally eat healthy for the first time, you start to feel like shit in the beginning because your body is purging all of the toxic crap that you've done to yourself. So keep going for it because I think it's going to be pulling it out. If you're getting headaches, then it's a sign there's something unbalanced and blocked, which, we've worked together, so we can dive into that if you really want to. But it's finally allowing yourself to get quiet. It's finally allowing your body to relax.
You know, another thing you can do if getting in the whole bath bothers you, you can get one. There's like a little foot pan you can buy.
And soak your feet.
Yeah, just soak your feet. You know, it's the same kind of effect. You know, your feet.
It's pulling it out through the soles of your feet, which are the thing that connect you to the earth. So you want to get grounded. You want to clear your root chakra or balance it. Go put your feet in the dirt. Go put it on the ground and send your energy into the earth and then receive it up from the earth. Feel it coming into your feet, up your legs, and into your root chakra.
Yeah, use your imagination to do this.
The most important thing when we do these energetic healings, Reiki, and things like that, are using our imagination, using our visualization. So when we clear our energy in our aura, I like to imagine white golden light just showering over my body and flooding through all of those chakras down the spinal cord and just clearing them and washing them away. So you can begin to use visualization as a tool to clear your energy by imagining that golden light just streaming like waterfall, pour all over your body and just sending it out through your feet and releasing it.
Yeah, one of the other ways that we like yoga. I mean, yoga postures are perfect for this. And the method I was talking about earlier where I just started crying, there's a lady, do you know her name?
I think it's Maya Fiennes. She's a Kundalini yoga teacher. And you can, if you have Amazon Prime, you can actually watch her Chakra Kundalini series for free with Amazon Prime. And
it's awesome.
I did the whole series. You start at the root, and each hour session is per each chakra. I got to the heart chakra, and I just bust out in tears. And it was the weirdest thing because I was not sad. Nothing was going on. I'm present in the moment, and I'm crying, and I'm crying, and I'm crying, but I'm witnessing myself crying for the first time versus being the emotion and being so upset. And so I recognize that we store energy in places that we're not even aware of. And as we release them, it's through crying, orgasm, tears, sweat, things like that. And I invited Chris to try this series with me as well. And I told him, I'm like, this is weird. It's different. I've never tried anything like this. We practice Ashtanga yoga, so it was very, very different. And he joined along with me on the second go around, and same thing happened to him. So we store a lot of energy in the heart space. I mean, it's a huge chakra, and it's like the window of our energy.
And this is different. If you've done other yogas, this is totally different stuff.
It's a lot of breath work, building fire and using, like I said, that prana life force energy through the breath to heal and release energy that's on the inside.
Yeah, you should 100% try this out. This is
so
awesome.
Kundalini yoga is a great way to unbalance to balance and unblock those subtle energies in the body. Walking in nature is one of our favorite ways because nature vibrates at a certain frequency and it raises your energy when you go spend time in it. Chlorophyll actually vibrates to the same frequency that our heart chakra vibrates to. So it's quite an interesting correlation between the scientific measured world and the spiritual world. What is just happening? Chlorophyll just is. It's natural. It's growing. It's here.
Yeah, walking out in nature is amazing for so many reasons, just like the bath is, just like yoga is. So a lot of these things are going to overlap. And the important thing is just go out there and figure out which one you enjoy doing. Yeah. Which one works the best for you, and
dancing,
you're going to know.
Singing, sound bowl therapy, humming to the different vibrations or sounds. Like we talked about the crown chakra resonating to the sound Om, which is the same sound, tone, frequency, vibration that the earth is resonating to. It's the sound that nature resonates to. So when you're in nature and you feel that vibration, it's really tapping into your internal wisdom because you are nature.
Yeah, and one last way to start balancing the stuff is sit with yourself, be silent, and notice where your thoughts are. And the kind of meditations that I really like to do are while I'm doing really plain things. You're making life a meditation. So again, like washing dishes, prepping food, eating, all those kind of things where you can be there, and what you're really doing is not coming up with thoughts, but you're listening to what the thoughts already are. So you come into a space where you say, wow, that's what I'm thinking about right now.
Receiving versus controlling is what I'm feeling from.
Yeah, definitely.
What you're saying.
And so what you're going to want to do here is notice what those thoughts are, because a lot of times they're not going to be pleasant. And those thoughts will guide you as to which one is blocked. And you can see, I'm stuck here right now. Mm-hmm. And I need to be doing these things to kind of remedy that. So you can kind of put your love and healing energy into focusing on that. And then again, just start going straight up.
So obviously we've covered a lot today, but there's still so much more that we could talk about chakras, and we want to hear your questions. So what questions do you have around them? What came up for you? What are you struggling with? Is there a certain energy that seems to not be fully vibrant or active in your life? And then we can kind of work backwards and play detective and see where is that corresponded to. Is there a physical ailment that you're going through right now? What is that connected to? Is there an emotional pain tied to that? And let's find that in the body. So of course, leave your questions. And I just want to say that we're so excited. We've been talking more and more about creating this membership club for you guys, the Elevated Life Membership Club. We want to know, what are you guys interested in hearing more about? Obviously, we cover many different lifestyle topics, but how would you like to receive that information? Do you prefer videos live like this? Do you prefer videos that are pre-recorded? Do you prefer audios, just MP3s? And would you like to receive guided meditations, workbooks, and things like that? We're just trying to gather more information on what you want so that we can do this for you. This is all about helping you to transform and helping you to reach to that higher level of potential that you know that you already are, but for some reason things are blocking you. And again, what we've discovered today is that all things are emotional, energetic, even emotional baggage. So we might not even be conscious or aware of some of the blocks that we have that we're holding on to by choice until we become clear and conscious and having that intention of wanting to heal. And only then, when you have that willingness, will you begin to recognize the healing process beginning to take place.
Yeah, so just let us know what you're interested in. Let us know how you enjoy receiving it. You know, what kind of learning style you have, where you're like, I'd really love to grab onto this. If it's like podcast style, totally fine, whatever. Yeah. Just let us know, and so we can help support you on your journey in the best way that we can.
Yeah, live videos, recorded videos, audio like podcast, guided meditations. What would you like to see from us for the membership club, where each month we'll be diving into one particular topic so that we can go full on and we can share all of the knowledge, the wisdom, and the information that we've gathered on these different topics that have helped us to transform, helped us to find out who we really are.
And like really help you implement it. Because, you know, it's one thing to watch videos and kind of get stuff, you listen to it, and then a week goes by, you didn't do anything different. Another month goes by, you didn't do anything different. And you wake up 5 years later going, wow, I had all this stuff, I really knew all these things, but I didn't do anything with it. And so a membership club is more to like help support you and
hold
actually
you accountable for taking the action.
We're gonna put your feet to the fire.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've also been thinking about doing live calls each month to dive even deeper into the topic or the training that we cover. So let us know what you're looking for, and let us know some of the topics you'd like us to cover in the membership club. Leave them in the comments or shoot us a private message, because we love hearing from you.
Yeah, if it's something you don't want to talk about publicly, totally fine. Just send us a message. You know, we love hearing from you guys. A lot of people do that anyway. So definitely send us a message and let us know.
Yes, so I hope this served you. Practice one of these techniques, taking a bath, walking in nature, doing visualization, or even just wearing the color of the chakra that you want to begin to balance and heal. That makes a huge difference. So if you want to open your heart, begin to wear green. Look, I'm green and pink. I'm all about the heart chakra today, even the pink lips and everything. So you can begin to heal your chakras with the intention and the willingness, and some of these techniques will help you to get started. So let us know how that goes for you. Today is a full moon in Sagittarius, and it's all about releasing. So be sure to check out my full moon release ritual so that you can even dive deeper into releasing this emotional, energetic baggage that you no longer need.
Boom.
Yay! What a fun topic. Thank you so much for reaching out with this subject. We loved covering it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. We love hearing from you, and we love being able to cover topics you want to hear about. So we're excited the membership club is on its way for you guys. We want to know, what do you want? What do you want us to create for you? How do you like it? Video, audio, guided meditation? Let us know. We're here for you. And we'll see you next Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for the Elevated Life series.
Love you guys.
Happy full moon.